Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like the Dapper Dawn. Giving them all dressed like $1,000,000, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Oh, yeah. Everybody out there listening to me, put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Steve Harvey will. Oh, listen, Steve Harvey, why don't you join me? Yeah. Steve Harvey, get him on, y'all. Better give me some eggs while I listen to Steve Harvey. Yeah, won't you join in with me? If you're with me, help me say, turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on. Yeah, turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. I know y'all can hear me on. Turn it up. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Yeah. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on. Turn them up, got to turn Steve Harvey got to turn them out, got to turn them up. Steve Harvey turn them on to the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on, do your thing, Big Daddy.
I said, I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey got a radio show. I feel it's necessary to explain what I say in the morning because somebody asked me, what do you mean by that when you say that in the morning? When I say, it's in response to David Hollister opening the song by saying, go ahead, Big Daddy, go ahead. I said, I sure will. Then I say, good morning, everybody, because I was raised that way. You're supposed to speak when you come in the room. I'm coming in y'all's room, whether it's your bedroom, the room in your house, your car, your office, wherever you're at. I come in the room, I got to speak, so I say, good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. And then I got to introduce myself because as a performer, I always felt my best when I was introduced. Why would you walk out on stage and anybody introduce you? You can't get a round of applause. It's horrible. So I say, you are listening to The Voice, one and only Steve Harvey. Come on, dig me now. Now, that's old school. I got that, but once again, dig me now is I want you to feel what I'm about to say. That's all I'm saying. That's not a bragging thing. You are listening to The Voice, one and only Steve Harvey. Come on, dig me now. I'm just asking you to feel what I'm saying in the morning because it's part of a promise that I made to God. See, a long time ago, I told God if he allowed me to make it, that when I got there, I would tell everybody I know how I did it. And I wasn't going to shortcut it or shade him on it. I said, if you allow me to make it, if you give me the strength, the courage, the wisdom, you gave me a gift. If you let me apply it, don't destroy myself in the process. Forgive me for my sins along the way. Continue to hold and rock me when I need it. When I make it, I promise you, Lord, when I get there, I will tell everybody how I made it. Well, this started back in L.A. when I got on the radio. And I was making it okay. I was doing okay. But I had to keep my promise to God. My promise was, if you allow me to make it, I'll tell everybody how I got there. I have to tell you that every day, because if it was not for that grace and mercy, I wouldn't even be here able to fulfill my promise, because I've done enough dirt in my life, man, to not be worthy. He could have easily walked away from me a long time ago because I had walked away from him. See, and I didn't walk away from him once. I walked away from him a bunch of times. But guess what? He forgave me a bunch of times. I'm a living example of hundreds of chances. His forgiveness and his mercy is available for everybody. It's the only reason I get on this show every day. It's the only reason I have the blessings that's coming my way. It's the only way that the things that keep happening in my life, man, that I have no explanation for, is because of his grace and mercy. See, anytime something good happens in my life and I can't explain it, that's usually him. He exhibits to me, remember, I'm a forgiving God, man. Remember. So when you fall, Steve, don't lay down there. Don't you lay down there. Don't you let the devil fool you that because you done made some mistakes that you can't do it. Because everybody gonna make them. There's none perfect, no, not one. So get up, keep moving, keep pushing, step on. What you laying there for? Your daddy didn't raise you that way. Look, man, my father was just about manhood. I'm going to just tell you. My daddy never had a conversation with me about church. He beat me for not going, but, a couple times. But he wasn't about that. It wasn't his message. That was my mama's job. My mama taught me about being saved, about loving the Lord, about giving your life, about the teachings of Jesus Christ. My mama was a Sunday school teacher. So I got all of that from her. My old man ain't had none of that for me. My old man talked to me about one thing all day long, hard-working manhood. And well, you're going to get that if you don't get nothing else from me. He gave that to me, so I got it. See, so my father, you say, excuse my language, but you ain't going to sit there like no little punk up in here. That ain't what you finna do. You finna get up and go do what you supposed to do. Now stop all that whining like some little punk and go and get to moving. That's how my father talked to me. Now I'm just telling you real. It worked for me, though. And before you start emailing me, that had nothing to do with homosexuality at all. It's just that was his term for a man not acting like a man. That's all it was. It was not a gay reference at all. I want you to understand that before you start emailing me. So my daddy wasn't calling. That was not a sexual reference for him. My father talked to us. That's what he meant. I knew exactly what he meant. He couldn't have meant nothing else. He ain't even know nothing about that. My old man clueless when it come to that right there. So when I was getting down and feeling bad about myself, my old man, he taught me this toughness, man. He gave me this grit, this doggedness, this go to work and work hard. That's why today when God does bless me with something, he ain't got to worry about me not working hard, because that's in me. And when I get tired, I ask that same God for strength to keep on doing so I can do the blessings he got for me. So when you ask me, how you going to do all this, Steve Harvey? I don't know. I ain't got to figure that out. All I got to do is show up with the same amount of faith I've been showing up with. God handle the rest of it. See, y'all, hey man, let me tell you something. I don't see how you do it. I don't either. Can I give you, hey man, news flash. Let me hear. I don't see how you doing all that, Steve. You doing this, you doing that, you that. Can I tell you something? I don't either. I just wake up with the faith, man, and trusting that if he gonna bless me with it, he must be gonna show me a way how to get it done. See, I ain't tripping on that part. See, once you take yourself out the how-to business, you can go on and get with it. But see, if you're going to trip yourself out with the how-to, you can't think like God can think. You can't figure like God can figure. So now you sitting up in here going, Lord, I want this to happen for me. Then I don't know how I'm going to do all that. Well, guess what? You in the way now. See, you in the way. Because, see, God ain't asked you to figure out how to. He said, ask and believe. Then he said, faith without works is dead. That's my solution. That's the concoction that I'm functioning on. All I got to do is accept the blessing, keep the faith, be willing to work and believe. God can do anything but fail. Why would God bring me this far to leave me? Why would he bring you this far to leave you? So why I get up every morning? I have no choice. I got to get up in here and rest. When I'm running late, man, I try to plow through here. Sometimes I don't make it, man. I got to do a rerun, but I plow through here. Because, man, Steve, you're going to run out of something to say. No, I'm going to just keep thanking him. Now, you can't run out of that, can you? Because you owe him that. Matter of fact, when I get through talking, I really ain't thanked him enough.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Good morning, everybody. It's your boy Jan around for the Steve Harvey Morning Show, and we about to bring you the morning show. Stop looking at that clock, because it is Monday. Ain't that right, Shirley Strawberry? Tell them it's Monday. Tell them,
TikTok,
Shirley.
you are so right. Nobody really uses a clock anymore, though, right? It's your phone.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
It's everything else but the clock, right? So good morning, everyone.
Good morning. 111. Carla, for real, let everybody know it is Monday. They're not wrong. It is Monday. Let them know. Let them know. Let them know.
Jay, it is so Monday, and Shirley, excuse you. I use the phone and the clock. I need it all,
Thank you.
baby. I need it all.
Thank you.
Snooze, turn the phone off, all of that.
Junior, since I'm such a big lie, they don't believe a damn thing I'm saying. Tell everybody it is Monday.
Hey, wake y'all ass up, it's Monday. You know what it is. Let's get going.
And if you think I'm lying, you can take it from the king of pranks, y'all. Tommy, let them know it's Monday, man. Come on,
It's
talk to
Monday
the people.
morning, baby. Rise and shine. It's time to get to work. I'm sure you're late, just like I normally am, but get on up and get to the G.O.A.T. It's
Yeah, you
morning
gotta go.
time.
Weekend's over with. That's it.
And it
You
went
had a
by
nice
kind
time.
of fast, didn't it?
They all go by fast.
Every
last
weekend.
one of them.
One Sunday morning, you be like, I
I
gotta go.
know.
Oh, I did too. I said, I got to be
Yeah.
in the morning.
Once Sunday comes, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay.
It's the same thing when you break 100. It's gone.
Let's go.
Once you break
Yes.
once you break
It
100.
used to be
it's
like
gone.
that with a 10 and a 20. Now it's up to 100. That's a shame.
Well, it's like that for me with a 5, Shirley. You gotta go out to me. It's with a 5. They gone. 3-1. They gone.
Can I tell y'all something that's bothering me?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What?
And I'm not against anybody that does this. Shut up, Junior. I'm not against anybody. But these scooters in the city that you rent,
Oh,
yeah.
Tommy, no.
What happened?
I mean, they
They're
not
the
stopping
worst.
at the light. They just flying through the lights. They doing anything. These scooters are becoming dangerous.
I don't know.
You know, you rent them now. Anywhere you
Yeah.
can just pick up a scooter, go somewhere,
Okay.
get off of it. That's the new thing. But boy, they dangerous. I'm telling you. They
Is there a
everywhere.
weight requirement on them? Because I've
Oh,
seen
no.
some.
I don't
What?
think so.
I've
No, you
seen
said
some
you said
weight.
it wrong, Jake. Go ahead.
I've seen some weight on these scooters.
I tell you what
if
they-
this scooter could talk,
Boy,
I tell you what, Jay.
get off of me.
Jay, I tell you what, the motors is strong. Same
I've seen
Hemi.
2 people on them.
Same Hemi.
Yeah, I've seen 2 people on one before.
Yeah.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
Hemi.
they didn't make it like that. It wasn't
That's not
for
what
that.
They're making it with Hemis.
So what is the purpose? They just ride them to be right and
It's
leave.
to go little short trips in the city. That's what
Yeah.
they were all put together for. But these people, I've seen them on the highway. I have.
Whoa.
No, no.
Come
are you
on, now
serious?
that's dangerous, Jay. Really?
Okay, I'm lying.
I knew you were.
You got to go where you got to go.
But I mean, I understand because you don't have to have a parking space or anything like that. So I get
No,
that
you
part.
just park it out.
Now, you just roll.
Yeah,
Roll.
you just
You
drive-
just, you just actually just throw it on the ground and go about your business. You
Oh,
don't
I've
have to
seen
park.
so many of those around
They ain't got no
LA.
damn
Yeah, they're
They don't
everywhere.
care at all.
Jay, you're gonna love this. I had so much company over the weekend, so much, and I still wanted more. All right, listen. Coming up at 32 after the hour, we're gonna find out what the crew did over the weekend. We're gonna do a little weekend review right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, so all morning long, we're going to talk about some of the weekend headlines, including more legal troubles for R. Kelly. He was arrested on more sex trafficking charges. Wow. Power outages in Manhattan. Things are okay for our neighbors in New Orleans. Tropical
Good.
Storm Barry. That is great news.
Good.
Protests for ICE raids. Also, sports talk. Now, Junior, Serena lost at Wimbledon.
Yeah, she
and,
did.
And you're going to tell us about the big Houston Rockets trade.
Oh, you don't believe how
Oh,
upset I am.
God.
Russell
Craziest
Westbrook
thing ever.
is now a Houston Rocket. First, the crew, tell us about your weekend. How was it? I said that, I told you earlier, Jay, that I had a bunch of company. bunch
How
of
long
company
have they
over the
been
weekend.
at your house, Shirley, these
Well, I have-
people?
my best friend from Chicago is here.
These people.
How long she been there from Chicago?
She's been here
These
since last
people have
month.
been there. How
She
long
been there
have they been there?
Wait, Jay, since last month?
Yeah, she's been there all through Chicago.
You
all through,
ain't mad about it?
She's
or
from
nothing?
Chicago. No, I'm sad that when she has to go, I love company.
That's not wearing out your welcome right there?
That
Man, I'm with
No.
you, Tommy.
Is she going
Is she
through
retired?
something?
Is she retired? She ain't
No,
got to work.
she's a teacher, so she
Oh,
works.
school teacher.
Yeah.
Okay, but is she going through something?
Well, she need to be taught when to
No,
go
we're
home.
Exactly, Jay.
We're
Is she
having a
teaching
blast.
summer school in L.A.? What is she doing?
Is she married?
Well, did she get her divorce yet? Oh, I'm telling too much of her business.
Is she at least tutoring while she there?
Yeah, is she
We're
taking
just
some
having
classes?
fun. We're just having a great
So
time.
what are you learning?
She's not my teacher. I'm not one of her students.
Yeah, she at the class, she at the house. You gotta learn something.
I'm having a blast. I love company, so it's
I
all
had
good
my
for me.
mama. I had my mama at my house for a month one time. I was about to lose my damn mind.
So that's what I did all weekend. I had company. I had fun. I entertained.
well.
I entertained. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I had a blast.
Well, I went to Vegas. I was in Vegas hanging out
That's
with
right.
the Sigmas and George Wallace. We did a comedy show, man. It was 3,500 Sigmas there. Blue Fire. We got a little clip for you. You might want to hear it, Tommy. I'm sorry.
Okay, come on.
Yeah, let's
It
take
was
a listen.
3,500 Sigmas where?
I ain't never seen no more than two at one time, Jay. But if you say something.
But Tommy, he didn't say what it was at. He said it was just 3,500 Sigmas.
was in
We
Vegas.
got that. 3,500 Sigmas
Jay,
where?
You could be at an HBCU and pass by the Sigma tree and ain't nobody over there.
Man, I walk.
Not true.
I hate all of y'all. We had
Tommy.
3,500
The
Sigmas.
Tommy.
Play the clip,
PVU
play the
Sigma
clip.
tree was all of that.
All right,
Tommy.
let's take a listen so we can believe what Jay's
Yeah,
saying.
what is Jay
Here we go.
saying?
What up, everybody? It's your boy Jay and the Brown for the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Blue Fire. You know. All right, we're
Three
here with
people.
the Sigma Weekend in Vegas, man. What is the Sigma Weekend to you, sir?
It is a collection of the brothers getting together, having a great time, and enjoying the experience.
How many of these have you been to?
This is my fifth one,
You went over when?
2008.
All right. What's the weekend to you, sir?
It's a great weekend to meet new brothers and learn more stuff about Sigma and just have a big time fun.
You went over when?
Spring 2012.
What's your name, sir?
Nigel from New Jersey, man. Chi Sigma chapter, North
Craig from Jersey, Chi Sigma.
My name is Dr. Clayman Stevenson II. I am a foot surgeon, podiatrist.
Really? All right. There's some bad feet up in here. Y'all enjoy yourselves, man. Blue Fire. You know.
Fred K. Harrington, Chi Sigma, New Jersey.
Marcius Hopkins, Chi Sigma, New Jersey.
George Darby, New Jersey State Director, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Hey, yo, don't grab my mic.
Don't grab my mic, man. Get my God's soul. Ooh.
All right, Jay.
Didn't that sound like 3,500 people? Didn't that sound like?
I'm gonna give you 400, Jay. I'm gonna give you 400.
Jay, if I say anything, I think most of the Sigmas come out of New Jersey. That's all I can say. I don't.
Oh, we had a
Jay,
good times.
you done started something now. Wait till I get to my conclave, boy. It's on now.
Okay. All right.
Ah, that's nice, Jay.
But that's good, Jay, man. That's
We
all
had a
good,
good
man.
time.
I love it.
Yeah, that's good.
Ladies
So
man.
and
you
Sigma.
spent the weekend in Vegas with the Sigmas.
Yeah, all
Nice.
28 of y'all. That was good.
Wow.
No, Carly, it was 28 people. That's all he talking.
Congratulations, Jay.
Junior,
You
what
had a
did you
good
do?
time.
Yeah.
This weekend?
Yeah, what did you do?
Not a damn thing. I ordered
you
Uber
bitter?
Eats.
Are you
Uber
bitter?
Eats.
No, I ain't bitter.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Much rent as I pay, as much as I pay in rent, you need to be in there. You got to be in there.
You gotta be. Well, I had a good
That's
time.
funny.
Thanks all the Sigmas, y'all. We had a good time. And
Oh,
thanks,
that's
George, for
good.
letting me come up.
So you did George's room too?
Yeah, I did. Well, if you go to Vegas, you have to do George's room for no money. You get no money at all. He don't
What?
pay you at all. But he
What?
invites you to the show. Then you go and you do like 30 minutes and you don't get a damn thing.
You ain't get no money.
Nothing.
Ain't
But
George
had
getting
not
paid?
had not I been there, it wouldn't have been a good show. Cause you know.
This is your best friend.
And that's how they go at it, too.
Yes.
Boy.
Hey, Jay, with leukemia. If it
Yeah,
was
with Luke. Carla, what'd you do?
I volunteered this weekend at my nephew's football camp. He did a camp for inner city youth kids in Houston. DJ Hayden. He actually plays for Jacksonville Jaguars, number 25. Yeah. So giving back, and then
That's it.
Saturday, Jay. Speaking of company, Shirley, I had my nieces and nephews over for a wild tournament of Uno.
Oh, yes.
Serious up in there. Yes.
Hello.
So we had fun with the kids and all that all weekend long. I've been with the kids.
reverse.
Reverse skip right
I
back
love
to you.
Uno.
Yeah.
Haven't
What about
played
you,
that in a
nephew?
while.
What you do, Tommy?
Y'all know I'm in Atlanta filming my show, Ready to Love.
Nice.
So
Season 2, baby. Season 2.
season 2 about to jump off, and then Saturday I was able to watch a big booty pool party out from my balcony.
Big
It was
booty
great.
pool party.
All right, coming up next on that note, we're going to go to promote church complaints with Deacon Def Jam and Reverend Adnoid. That's coming up right after this. People!
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, entertainment news. The feds arrest R. Kelly on more sex trafficking charges. Weekend box office report. But right now, it is Monday, and of course, it is time for church complaints and church announcements with Deacon Def Jam and Reverend Adnoid. And I think we hear him on the mic. Is he okay?
He's breathing. That's what you call breathing.
Well, we're all breathing.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine. This is
He needs a
clear
neti
day
pot.
for
That's
me.
what that is.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know what that is, but if it helps this, I'll take it. I don't get whatever.
Well, let me let everybody know. This is the JPJJ, the jackpot joint of Jerusalem. Ching, ching. Hallelujah. I am Deacon Def Jam, and the one and only Reverend Adnoid is in the building.
Yes. How you doing today?
I am fine, and you as well?
I'm fine. How do I sound?
Yeah. You sound the same, so.
The sound can be deceiving. I feel good. Okay, don't worry about that.
All right. Well, I have some complaints, and I think you may have some announcements, and we can move forward. All right?
All right. No problem.
All right. Let me get started here. All overweight Christians, please sit on the right side of the church on first Sunday. From now on, y'all's communion will be a diet communion. The crackers will be the now the Triscuits, and the wine will be substituted for Vital Water. All right, we are trying to help out the heavy Christians. It would be a diet communion.
Thin them down. Thin them down. Thin that ass down. Thin it down.
Reverend Adnoid, no cussing in church.
I said thin it down. The women who won't stop playing with that fake ponytail will meet in meeting room 7, right?
So much fun,
I mean, how long are you going to constantly tug at that damn thing? It ain't growing, and it ain't going nowhere.
Take it
off.
It's mine. I paid for it. I can pull it if I want
Okay. All right. Leave it alone or put it in your damn purse. I don't care what you do, but stop rubbing on it, okay?
Let them shout it out, Adnoid.
Yeah. Go right ahead, sir. I'm done. Go right ahead.
We have a problem here, Adnoid. Maybe you can help me out. The Side Piece Ministry is asking to move their meeting day to a different day from the marriage ministry day. It's difficult to attend both of them at the same time. You understand? So they are asking to separate these days.
Side Piece Ministry.
So we can attend.
Won't be no drama.
Don't put our life in danger choosing a meeting. I understand what you're saying. Here we go again.
Go ahead.
There will be a meeting of the men with low self-esteem in meeting room 5. Ask your wife if you can come.
Ask your wife if you can come.
Oh, God.
Meeting with low self-esteem.
See if you can bring it up in conversation to see if you come to the
Sit down, Herman. You're not going nowhere.
You think you're going to the meeting?
I want to go to the low self-esteem meeting. Can I?
Well, you think you're going to the meeting?
Go right ahead, sir.
Let me see here. All of our women that are going through post-menopause and having these hot flashes, please stop coming out your clothes doing service. We have set it up for all of you all to sit behind the big people who are fanning themselves. When they fan, the air will come to you behind them. Please.
I like that.
Quit coming out
that.
your clothes. Thank you so much.
Can I tag along on that in the same vein?
Tag right
in
along.
the same room, the same meeting. It's the same room, same damn meeting. Same room, same damn meeting. The women who would like to learn how to put more stuff in their brassiere will meet in meeting room.
The women are what?
Like to learn how to put more stuff in their brassiere, like chips, computers, phones, light bulbs, car keys, cigarettes.
Oh, we pass money.
Not just money. Tambourine. Babies. Go right ahead.
We got an issue that happened here. There was a glitch in the church Wi-Fi. If you connected last Sunday, your iCloud information was stored on the church server. Pastor would like to speak to the following members who was in this iCloud. Sister Tamika Hornsberry, your shirt off doing tequila shots is not called for at all. Sister Vonda Marie Daniels, what are you and Brother Clifford Mason doing? What is that? What was y'all doing? And last but not least, the mother of the church, Sister Lucille Arterberry. Really? What? Really?
What happened?
A photo session in your house coat. Really? Is that what you
In
did?
the house coat?
Really?
Button that up, please. You're going to have to. But anyway, those are the people in the iCloud.
We don't need to see that. All right, here we go. There'll be a meeting of the babies who sound like they smoke in meeting room 5 right up there.
I want to thank the Lord.
How old are you, little man? How old are you?
I'm 6. I want to thank the Lord for all he had done for me. I want to thank the Lord.
You're 6? You sound like you're 42. How old are you?
I just got my first grade diploma.
Here we go. Taking a feather out of the NBA's hat, we would like to trade several choir members to another church and see if we can get some better singers. Reverend Adnoid, on the trading block is Brother Barry Evans, baritone, Sister Consuela Matthews, soprano, and the Boudreaux twins, who cannot hold a tune at all. We are trying to see if we can trade them to another church.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it, Deacon.
He's got to go. We like to apologize to anyone who attended Deacon Donnell's funeral over the weekend. It was a big mix-up. Somehow, the funeral home repoed the casket, and he had to be put in a sleeping bag and continue.
He's putting the what?
A sleeping bag. He had to be put in a sleeping bag.
So did they bury him?
The family did not pay.
They buried him in the sleeping bag.
They buried him in the sleeping bag.
First of all, the funeral home repossessed?
It was not paid for, and the funeral home A deal is a deal.
All right, thank you, Deacon Def Jam, Reverend Adnoid. Coming up at the top of the hour, some entertainment news right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
R. Kelly was arrested by federal agents and taken into custody over a 13-count indictment that includes enticement of a minor and obstruction of justice. Now, in addition to the child pornography charges, federal prosecutors in Brooklyn, New York, also unveiled a separate indictment charging Kelly with 1 count of racketeering and 4 counts of violating the Mann Act, which prohibits transporting people across state lines for the purpose of prostitution. R. Kelly is in big trouble. Big trouble.
Never getting out of jail.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
and he should be in. If he did it, he should be in there.
He's in trouble. He's been able to skirt around it for all these years, but now it looks like they have.
I think he did his last concert. I think he's done.
Yeah.
He's done. Yeah.
Now, also according to TMZ, R. Kelly's girlfriends Joycelyn Savage and Azriel Clary were booted out of the Trump International Hotel in Tower, Chicago, and the residence has been taken over by the federal officials. Also, according to TMZ, the parents of Joycelyn Savage feared that the ladies have a suicide pact. Oh boy, this is crazy now. This is too much right here. Savage family are very concerned that the two women have a plan to kill themselves if it looks like R. Kelly is not coming back. Azriel Clary's family don't believe the ladies have a suicide pact. But I mean, just for us to be talking about this has gone too far now, ladies. Seriously. Yeah. This is too much.
Yeah.
Wow.
His crisis manager, did you see him on the news having a press conference? And the Savage family demanding to know, where their daughter is. You saw that, Tommy?
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah, this is... I mean, what do you say? You know, at this point...
Justice
Come
for
on.
these victims.
Yes.
That's what
it's more easier to think about the victims than than think about R. Kelly, because they're the ones who really
somebody has to know where this young girl is. Somebody has to know.
And they're grown, those
right.
women
And these are young women, and they need to be deprogrammed, though, seriously.
But to be thinking about killing yourself over a man.
Over, R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
How could he sing?
I hope they get some help. They need some counseling.
Yeah.
They sure do. It's very serious.
Yeah, they definitely.
We got a pact?
All right. We're going to move on from there. In trending sports news, Serena Williams lost at Wimbledon. Simona Halep from Romania beat Serena, and Serena is still the GOAT in our book.
Oh,
okay, we don't care. We do not care. Yeah.
Right.
Tennis great Billie Jean King said that perhaps Serena should focus solely on tennis and stop behaving like a celebrity and fighting for equality. This is crazy right here. Serena clapped back. Yes, I did. Serena clapped back, and take a listen to this. I heard
There've been a few comments made in the last couple of weeks from people like Billie Jean King that maybe you should stop being a celebrity for a year and stop fighting for equality and just focus on the tennis. How do you respond to that?
Well, the day I stop fighting for equality and for people that look like you and me, will be the day I'm in my grave.
Okay.
My girl!
And Billie Jean King fought for equality. What is she talking about?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Girl,
I don't know why Billie Jean King said that.
Why
that makes no sense.
But why is there so much hate when it comes to Serena?
She's black.
I mean, really.
She's black.
Yeah, it's just too much.
Not only that she's black, but she's black and she's great.
Yeah.
That's the
she's
problem.
a GOAT.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to find out what happened with that blackout in New York City and the latest on Tropical Storm Barry. But first, Jay, please introduce Miss Ann.
All right, everybody, it's time for the news with Miss Ann Tripp.
Thank you very much, everybody. This is Ann Tripp with the news, and let's start out with that. Con Ed officials do continue their investigation into the cause of Saturday's Manhattan blackout, a power outage which lasted for 5 hours. More than 72,000 customers were affected along a 40-block stretch. They say it wasn't because of air conditioning or anything, and it wasn't a terrorist threat, and they really, really don't know, and they're going to investigate, and they say it's going to be some time, actually maybe a month, before they have a definitive reason as to what happened on Saturday. Ooh. The Gulf Coast, meanwhile, remains waterlogged as a weakened tropical storm Barry limps northward. Barry slammed into Louisiana over the weekend as a hurricane, and even though it's now been downgraded to a tropical depression, Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards says the danger of flooding persists.
Don't let your guard down thinking the worst is behind us, because the National Weather Service is telling us when it comes to rain, the exact opposite is true.
That's right. They may have stopped raining now, but it might get rainy tomorrow or, even tonight. State officials in Louisiana have begun assessing the damage done by Barry's gale force winds and heavy rains and stuff. By the way, the rains spread beyond Louisiana to Mississippi, Arkansas, and Tennessee. Looks like those widespread threatened deportations did not take place yesterday. However, ICE agents say they did nab some illegal immigrants, and they're going to continue with that this week. So those who are illegal in communities across the country continue to brace themselves for raids by ICE. President Trump issued the order for agents to begin picking people up who were ordered deported but who never left.
People come into our country illegally. We're taking them out legally. It's very simple.
There have been protests in cities all over the country in recent days, from L.A. to San Francisco to Chicago to New York. Demonstrators chanting, "No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here." 4 Democratic congresswomen denouncing a recent series of tweets by President Trump. He didn't name any names, but he said they should go back where they came from. That's despite the fact that all U.S. congresspersons have to be citizens anyway. Trump tweets that progressive Democrat congresswomen should, quote, go back and help fix the totally broken and crime-infested places from which they came, unquote. Trump's comments widely seen as referring to, among others, Minnesota Representative Ilhan Omar, who was born in Somalia, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of New York, who's of Puerto Rican heritage and who was born in the Bronx, and Puerto Rico is part of the U.S. anyway. Representative Omar accuses the president of stoking white nationalism. Governor of Puerto Rico, Ricardo Rosselló, says that his chief financial officer and his secretary of state are going to be stepping down over participation in a private chat where they referred to the former city council speaker of New York City, Melissa Mark Viverito, by the Spanish word whore. Finally, Spider-Man Far From Home came in tops at the box office again.
You're a very difficult person to contact, Spider-Man.
Well, not a very difficult person to make money. They made $45 million altogether, $847 million bucks. Now back to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up in about 15 minutes, our girl, actress Wendy Racquel Robinson, will be our special guest. She's going to be our special guest. We love her. Right now, though, in trending sports NBA basketball news, the Oklahoma City Thunder traded Russell Westbrook to the Houston Rockets for Chris Paul. Junior, please break all of this down. What happened,
Why?
man? What happened?
Why?
Yeah, and why?
Why? Why do we have Russell Westbrook? Why?
Okay, Junior, can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Why?
Out of James Harden and Russell Westbrook, why would you want to be the other 3 people on the team? You're not gonna
Exactly. You ain't going to get the ball. Why? That's our problem, Tom. I don't know who saw this as a great idea, but you got two high-volume shooters. So you got James Harden, who shoots about 29 shots a game. Then you got Russell Westbrook, who shoots about 21 shots a game.
Yeah, ain't none.
If you any other position, why would you play?
Okay, I have another question.
What? The big white boy from Kansas? What?
No. Okay. Who went where? Just break it down. Who went where, Junior?
Man, first of all, we gave up Chris Paul to the Oklahoma City Thunder, and we got Russell Westbrook, but we also gave up draft picks for the next 4 years.
Wow. Here's my question.
So they in like the 5th grade right now?
Man.
When you be sent down the hall to the other class?
Man. Why? So, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Let me ask you this. So now Chris Paul is in OKC.
He Oklahoma City, but he'll never play a game.
He wants to be traded.
He's gonna be traded.
He wants to go to the Lakers.
No, he want to go to Miami.
Miami too.
He probably gonna be. He probably gonna end up in Miami. He ain't gonna make it to the Lakers.
The Lakers are good, and the Clippers are good.
Shirley, hush. What are you talking about?
They are.
How do you know?
I do know.
Well, I think too, but don't y'all think this though,
They got
Jay?
Anthony
Don't you
Davis.
guys think that with Russell Westbrook, James Harden, they were trying to do like Anthony Davis, LeBron James?
First of all, we don't
Kawhi
need
Leonard,
two,
trying to have the big two in the West.
Carla, we don't need 2 people with bad dressing ideas on the same team.
Okay.
Carla,
I like
though.
Anthony
They're trying to have a
Davis, but
1-2
it's a
punch.
rarity. It is a rarity that you get a man to come to L.A. that has as much hair over his eyes as he does
Exactly,
under
on his
his
head.
chin.
Yeah. We're not going to have the same thing. And we are
He's not gonna have
Really,
same
guys?
effect.
Really?
It's that 1-2 punch. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
That's
Time.
what
They're all
LeBron
in the
got.
West.
There is one basketball.
I know.
How in the hell is James Harden and Russell Westbrook gonna share this one basketball? Dog, we've hurt ourselves.
But when they did it before, Carla, Harden was not the main guy.
All right, guys.
We're not going to the playoffs.
We're going to end it right here. Coming up next, 34 after the hour, our special guest will be actress and family member Wendy Racquel Robinson right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Our special guest this morning is an award-winning actress and entrepreneur. She's best known as Principal Greer from The Steve Harvey Show and feisty single mom Tasha Mack from The Game. But this summer, she's got a brand new role, Miss P, in ABC's new, bold, provocative drama, Grand Hotel. Grand Hotel comes on tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Time on ABC. Let's find out about her. It's my girl, the one and only Wendy Racquel Robinson.
Wendy!
What's up, family?
What's up, Wendy?
Wendy! Gotta scream Wendy name.
Yeah, you do.
No, I gotta scream your name. Hi.
Well, Wendy, congratulations. You know we're so happy for you. You know we love you.
Oh, thank you, Shirley. I love y'all. Thank you. It's one of those pinch me moments. Pinch me. And Nephew Tommy, I have to say it's Mrs. P. Not Miss P, honey. She's way past her prime.
Okay. Well, that's what we want to talk about, Wendy. You star as Mrs. P in Grand Hotel. It's the family-owned hotel, the only one left in Miami Beach. So tell us about the show and tell us about your role as Mrs. P. Please, Mrs. P.
You know what? It's sexy, it's provocative, it's intriguing, and what's so crazy about it is that we shot it a while ago. So we finished shooting in like March, and I forgot all the storylines, and now that I'm watching it, it's one of those, it's like, oh my God. Like, you got it. Once you watch it, you're, like, totally caught up. But it's an upstairs, downstairs story about a hotel. I run the hotel. I run the staff. I'm in charge. I know where all the secrets are. And it's all centered around, it starts off with a woman who goes disappearing from the hotel. But then everything begins to unravel around it. It's not even a whodunit. It's a, like, damn, well, everybody did it. Because everybody has their hands in on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love that. I saw the premiere. So, and it was great. I can't wait.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah, you're welcome. So tell me, what can we expect on tonight? This is the 4th episode tonight, right?
This is the 4th episode. And so I want to, first of all, thank everybody for watching, because it's one of those, once you start, you cannot stop. You're going to get sprung, you're going to get hooked. So I don't want to give away any of the spoilers too much, but tonight, most definitely, my husband, he gets some interesting news. That's why I was really adamant about Mrs. P, because I am definitely a family woman. You know, my entire family works at the hotel, which says a lot. So there's a lot in store with that. But he gets some very interesting news from the doctors. And then Ingrid, right now, she's one of the housekeepers, but she's been playing both the management as well as the son who owns the hotel with her pregnancy. So she got both of them believing that, you know, that they're the baby daddy.
Oh, I
so
love
now,
it.
It's one of those. It's one of those. It's one of those.
It just got real, for real.
Yeah.
All right, so
One of those, and it rhymes with, the H word.
So the executive producer, Wendy, of Grand Hotel is the fabulous Eva Longoria. Of course, we love her from Desperate Housewives, but I got to ask you, what is it like working? She's a fellow actress, just like yourself. Now she's a producer. She produces a lot, and she's one of the producers of Grand Hotel. So what is that experience like?
Beyond being a producer, she's also one of the directors on the show. She's directed the first 2 episodes she directed. Then she's the producer. Then she's also like that best friend in your head. You know, she'll be in the hair and makeup trailer, be like, "Ooh, scoot over, honey. Let's catch up on this, that, and the other." So she has her hands in so many different things, but she does it so well and seamlessly that it's like she's a natural. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And she's good. She's really good people. You know what I mean? I like to say that about people. You know how some people just have a really good heart? And she's really put together a tremendous cast. Everybody's really cool. A lot of new faces, but big, big Latin stars over in Mexico City, you know, Oscar winners and all of that. Yeah.
All right,
so
Wendy.
she's really been authentic.
Well, we're watching the show for you, okay? We're watching Grand Hotel for you.
Yeah. You know, I got to bring that brown sugar to that.
That's right, girl. Grand Hotel premieres tonight on ABC, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. Wendy Racquel Robinson.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I still love you. Wow.
We love you so much, Wendy, and thank you so much. All right, we'll be watching Grand Hotel tonight. Coming up next, the nephew in the building with the prank phone call for today, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, coming up at the top of the hour, right about 4 minutes after, it's my strawberry letter for today. Subject, I need my husband's permission to have sex.
What?
Yeah. I need my husband's permission to have sex. You heard me. But right now, nephew, you're here with today's prank phone call. What you got, Neff?
You didn't fall, and you're not getting no money.
That's A and B.
Once again, you didn't fall, and you ain't getting no money. Nah. I love it. What's my girl? What's her girl mama name? Carly? Nah.
Oh, Candy from Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Candy mama. Nah. All right, run it, cat.
Hello.
I'm trying to reach a Glenda Ann, please.
Yes, she.
How you doing? My name is Brad. I'm actually with the A&C department, accidents and conditions. Wanted to give you a call and see how you're doing this morning.
I'm just fine.
Great. Now, I am the accident and condition coordinator, the last person that it goes to before actually issuing out a check. And just wanted to give you a call and see how everything is going. Have you been to the doctor on your fall? And just wanted to do a follow-up with you and make sure everything is okay.
Yeah, everything is just fine, thank you.
Have you needed to do any rehabilitation work or anything like that? This is just a random procedure of all the notes that I have to write down. And like I said, this is the final step of getting you out a check. Now, the last I heard, you were offered $2,000. Is that correct?
If you work there, you go ask your supervisor. You would know all that if you work there.
Okay. Well, I'm just looking at the file that I have, ma'am. I don't have everything in front of me.
If you got that wrote down, that's what they offer.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, listen, here's what we're doing. I've also been brought some other records. Is this the first time you've actually had an incident like this?
What?
Is this the first time you've had an incident of actually falling?
Yeah, that's my first time.
Okay. Well, actually, what we're doing, looking over the records here, I've got some actual incidents that it seems like you've actually fallen several times in other places. And what I'm having to do here, ma'am, is let you know that I am not going to sign off on this at all. So the money that has been offered to you, I am no longer going to be, I'm not going to confirm this check to go out to you. I don't think that there's anything wrong with you. I don't think that you have a problem. I think that there's something that you deliberately did in one of our stores.
I could care less about what you think. What happened was the was on the floor. I fell. They gonna have to pay for the claim either way it go.
No, we're not gonna. Actually, ma'am, what I'm gonna have to do is get you to come down and sign an agreement.
I'm not coming nowhere.
Yes, I'm going to need you to come down and sign an agreement that you actually made this whole thing up. And I need that in writing with your signature.
I'm not coming nowhere.
Look, ma'am, I don't care if you come down or I have to come down and haul your ass in, because I'm not signing over a check to you for somebody that deliberately laid down in the floor and act like something was wrong with them.
You're a lying, deliberately done a thing.
How exactly did
it was witnesses. You need to talk to them.
I've spoken to every witness, and you know what, ma'am?
You haven't spoken to every witness because my friend was there. You haven't spoken to her.
There's a lot of people that assume that you're lying.
Well, I don't care what they assume.
Ma'am, let me explain something. We can take this thing further. I even have you on video, actually deliberately laying down in the middle of the floor as if you have actually slipped.
I know you're lying.
No, I'm not.
I know you're lying.
No, I am not, ma'am. And listen, we're not going to give you $2,000. We're not going to give you $2.
What's your name?
My name is Brad with the A&C department.
Well, you won't be having a job too much for long because you a fool.
No, I'm not a fool. I want to make sure that you understand. I want to make sure that you understand that this is not something.
I want to make sure you understand
that this is not something that you can do or continue to do. Now, I want to hear it out of your mouth. You tell me, did you lay down on that floor deliberately?
You crazy. You think I'm finna sit here and tell you I deliberately laid down in a floor?
Am I crazy? Am I crazy for you to sit here and tell me the truth?
I accidentally fell. That's it. That's all.
No.
That's
you
all I
deliberately laid down on that floor, and you're deliberately trying to get $2,000 worth of money that does not belong to you.
Well, you just review the damn tape then, and you'll see what happens.
Would you like for me to get authorities to come over, ma'am, and bring you in? Because what we're...
I don't give a you get? You get whoever you want to get.
If I need to send authorities down there, man, to
Okay,
bring
well,
you...
you send them over here. I'm not scared of them either.
I don't think... I'm not...
What
I'm
they
not
gonna do?
They're going to bring you in, and you're going to sign this form I have that
You
you
a fool.
deliberately laid down on that floor.
You a fool.
The nerve of you black people.
I'm not coming in. I'm not signing nothing. Now, what the you talking about, I don't know. I ain't never heard this you talking about.
Now, I want you to bring your little narrow black behind in here so we can get this stuff rectified is what I want done.
Are you crazy or deaf or you ain't the sharpest tool in the shed, I tell you that. I am not coming in. I don't know what I would have to come in for.
I want you to sign a form that you deliberately laid down on this floor, and it was all fictitious.
Now, why the would I do something like that and then go to jail?
Why would you lay down in the floor in the first place when you knew nothing was wrong?
I told you I didn't do that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. It was in
right.
front of you. I could look you in your eyes and tell when you're lying.
I told you. I told you what happened. That's it. That's all. Bye.
Hey, let me say one more. Hello? Call her right back.
Hello.
Ma'am, I don't want to continue to go back and forth with you.
Look. You really pissed. Look, I told you what happened. I'm not going to keep on telling you that. I don't know why the you keep calling me. Let me speak to your damn supervisor.
Let me say, well, first of all, ma'am, first of all, I am the supervisor. This is what I want. I think we can get this.
Look, what the I'm going to come in and sign what?
Here's what I want you to do. If you come down and sign it, I'll let you go.
If you think I'm finna come and sign some papers saying I laid on the floor, it ain't none of that true. The was on the floor, I fell, that's it, that's all. Now, what the are you talking about?
Have you been drinking?
Have you been drinking?
Are you listening?
Have you been drinking?
I want to
drinking got to do with anything. What I do on my own personal time is my business.
Can I say one more thing?
Drinking? Don't keep calling me with that.
Okay, I'm gonna say one more thing, and I'll let you go.
My back still hurt, and you talking about you ain't gonna give me no money? You crazy? I am gonna get some money. They should have had that up off the floor. Then I wouldn't be having to go through none of this. You have I been drinking?
Glenda, I'm gonna say one more thing to you, and then I'm gonna let you go.
What?
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked by your brother JT.
Who did it? James.
James, baby, James.
I don't know. Yeah, James, I'm gonna get him when he get home. Who is this?
This is Nephew Tommy. How you doing, baby? You stand your ground, baby.
Second, huh?
Stand your ground, baby. Stand it. You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay. My pressure was going up a little bit, but now I'm fine now.
And everybody here at the Steve Harvey Morning Show, we love you, Glenda.
Okay, thank you. I love you too.
Straight stupid, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Huh? All right. Get a prank or something. Jay, you got me feeling good, Jay. Okay.
Man, I'm telling you, Team Tommy all the way, baby.
You did your Sigma thing. I got to do this Kappa thing on for real. August the 2nd, Friday night. WDAS. That's right there. That's the radio station in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We're throwing a summer soiree hosted by yours truly, Nephew Tommy. It is in the Grand Ballroom at 3801 First District Plaza, Philadelphia. I will be there hosting it. All the brothers will be at the conclave. Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Y'all come hang out with me. I got a party for you. One for the summer.
You gonna be the shortest one among the five, please.
That's all right.
Please put that picture up so we can see this.
August 3rd, Saturday, I'm in Saginaw, Michigan.
Who baby Cap is that?
Huntington Event Park at the Dow Event Center, 7 p.m., Saginaw, Michigan, Sacktown. The nephew is on the way.
All right, Nephew, thank you. Up next, it's the Strawberry Letter for today's subject. I need my husband's permission to have sex. We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And if you need advice on relationships, work, sex, dating, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to Steve Harvey FM and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now, today. Yeah. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the Strawberry Letter.
Subject, I need my husband's permission to have sex. All right? Dear Steve and Shirley, I'm in my late 40s and I'm married to a wonderful man. We had a very normal sex life until after he had a car accident and became disabled. We haven't had sex in almost 2 years now. We have tried everything, but nothing has worked for us. I am suffering, but I do not want to cheat on him. One night we were watching a strange movie where a man in the movie did not want to have sex with his wife anymore, so he paid a man to have sex with her and he would watch them. Well, since I saw that movie, I couldn't get this idea out of my head. I searched online and found a group of polyamorous in my city. They meet once, twice a month, and it's free. Polyamory means loving more than one person. But I only love my husband. I just want to have sex with someone else. And this group is just for that, as long as everyone knows about it and agrees. I only want to fulfill my needs and have sex. I have been honest with him about my interest in polyamory, and I plan to give him some pamphlets on the idea after I attend my first meeting. I am going just to see what it's like, but of course, I would need his permission to participate in sex with someone, and I want him there with me. I haven't told my husband that part yet, so I need to know if I'm totally off base here and need to try another way. Or should I ask my husband if he would mind if I went and got my needs met while he watched? Yes, I would basically be asking my husband for permission to have sex with another man in front of him. This is very important and necessary. Please help. Okay, speaking of permission, I mean, how do we look? How do we look giving you permission to say it's okay to have sex with another man in front of your husband? I mean, that's way, way, way above our pay grade, okay? It really, really is.
We can do that. We can do that.
Plus, I mean, we don't even know your husband. I mean, is he freaky like that he would want to see something like that? I mean, we don't know him. We have no idea. You didn't give us a whole lot of information to go on here. That you guys had a car accident. You had a normal sex life before that. And then he became disabled. So what were those conversations like? I mean, since he became disabled, you say you tried everything, but nothing has worked, and you don't want to cheat. Well, just because he would watch if he agreed to this arrangement, that's still cheating. Sorry, it's still cheating. So this situation calls for a serious conversation. Before you even write us, it calls for a serious conversation with your husband, not us. I mean, we have no idea what his disability is. You didn't share that with us, but you said you had a normal sex life before that. So I just say before you start going to all these meetings and all this stuff, with these polyamorous and having open sex, while your husband watches and all of this, I'm sure there are people that do this. You gotta discuss this with your man, okay? He should have been the first person you talked to this about, not us. All right? I mean, I know people feel like we're their best friends and they connect with us and all of that, and we do. We're here for you. We are. But not on this, not in this bedroom situation. I mean, really, what do we look like saying, yeah, go and have sex with the man and let your husband watch? No, figure that out between you and your man. Talk to your man about this. Come on, Junior.
Shirley.
What?
I'm going to be honest. She about to get ran over.
Huh? What do you mean?
No. The minute she kiss anybody, he in that wheelchair, he gonna run her ass right over. Prepare to be ran over. You've never seen this many tire tracks across your body. If you think this is gonna go well, tell him he will dive out that chair to choke you if you think you're gonna have sex with another man in front of him.
In front of him?
What do you want us to say?
Oh,
This is the Steve Harvey Morning Show. We are not therapists. We don't do any of that. But we do know this. We do know disabled people have feelings.
Yeah.
And we will,
right.
They will act on them. You cannot sit here and think we're going to go along with you to get along with somebody. The fact that you called here and said, hey, what do you think? I want to have sex. This little group you in.
Polyamorous group.
How do you say it?
Polyamorous.
The polyester.
This little suede group you in. I'm talking about this for sure. Everybody. One thing I know about people in wheelchairs, they are never alone. They have other friends.
Right.
And this is not the people you want to make upset. Because all of them as a group will run over you. You ain't going to believe how many. You got big ties, little ties. You need to think about this.
Yeah, I don't see her husband going along
think about
with this at all.
Big ties, little ties, medium ties, little sideways ties, flat ties, some inflated. But all of them going to be across your chest if you mess over this man this way. Soon as he tell his friends what you plan on doing, they going to roll up on you. That's all I'm saying. This is not the time to say this to her.
And it's not like we don't feel for her. We do, because she
No,
hasn't
no.
had sex for 2 years.
Hey. Let him lay on at least. Try anything. But the fact you going to have sex with somebody else, oh, no.
All right, listen, we need to hear from Jay and Tommy on this situation as well, and we're going to recap the letter when we come back at 23 after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, here we are. We're going to recap today's Strawberry Letter. Subject, I need my husband's permission to have sex. A woman in her late 40s wrote in. She's married to a wonderful man. They had a very normal sex life until he had a car accident and became disabled. They haven't had sex in 2 years, so she's suffering. She saw a movie with her husband where a man paid another man to come in and have sex with his wife because he was tired of having sex with her, and he just watched. So she wants to know, what do we think about her suggesting this and bringing this up and joining this polyamorous group with her husband? So she wants she's asking us, is it okay for her to ask her husband to allow her to have sex with another man while he watches? All right, Jay, let's go.
Okay. Am I going to use the word right? Contrary. Did I just use it right?
Yeah. Popular
contrary to what we believe, there are people out there who believe other things. And if he has no problem with this, the only way he's going to be able to be satisfied with it, he needs to be involved in what she's doing, meaning he needs to get a megaphone. Places, everybody. Here we go.
I love this food.
We're about to have sex with my wife. Okay. Let me get that fog lamp going. Get that going. Candles. I need candles lit. All right, lights low. Damn it, the lights need to be low.
So he's directing it.
He directed it.
Lower. All right, here we go, partner. I need you to, there you go. Hey, sir, you're moving too slow. Speed it up, buddy. Speed it up, buddy. All right? People need to be satisfied here, all right? I'm here. I'm watching you. We got my eyes on you, all right? Look at me. Don't look at her. Look at me, all right? That's how you do it. That's the only way you can do that, is get him involved. And I can roll all over this damn set too in this wheelchair so I can see what's happening.
Oh, no. Are you quite done? I'm
quite done.
Now, Jay, I do agree with you. There are a whole bunch of freaky things going on out in the world. I certainly and totally agree with you on that. It may not, we may not like it, but somebody else may. She just needs to have that discussion with her husband. With not us. Yeah, we can't give her permission to do that.
Well,
all
we
right.
can.
All right, come on, nephew. I need my husband's permission to have sex. What do you say?
We got to get some sex in your life real fast, okay? He's disabled, but you able. So we're going to make sure we get you what you need. You need to start window shopping now. Pick a piece. Start finding a piece that you're going to like. You can
say pick a piece.
Pick a piece. You got to pick a piece.
Like fried chicken? Pick a piece?
Like chicken. Pick a piece. Find something you like. Pick 2 or 3 pieces, and then we'll talk to our husband about that later. But at least start getting your stuff together on what you want. Here's what you're going to have to do. Keep running that movie over and over. It's going to help us, okay? then run Indecent Proposal. Run that. You got to run these movies so we can open up his mind for this, okay? I didn't even know they had a polyamory, whatever that is, but I need to know what it means.
It's polyester.
Yeah, I need to find out where these meetings at so I can get to this. I've watched a lot of people have sex. I have. It's a a beautiful thing. This is great. Yes, he'll be fine, Shirley.
What is he? What?
Yes. I'm the only one that watch people have sex before.
Apparently.
You know
I've watched a lot of
I
people.
know.
You know,
I've listened to a lot of people have sex too, man. A lot.
All y'all that had sex, but
are
ain't
you
never
guys?
seen nobody else having sex. Huh?
Okay, that's off the subject. Get back to the letter.
Okay, so listen, this is what you got to remember, young lady. While you are in the middle of it, you got to act like you don't really like it. Okay, no hollering. You gotta holler inside, scream inside your head. Don't
Like
scream
what?
outside.
That voice.
All that. Keep it in. Keep it in. Don't let him. You don't want him to hear that it's a good thing. So just
Like she's enjoying it.
Yes. Do never show that you enjoying it. Don't do nothing out of the ordinary. Just scream
Silent
inside.
moan. It's called the
Inside.
silent moan.
Keep it in. That's like
You sound like a cow.
That's what you gonna sound like when you holding it in. But don't open your mouth. Lips should be closed. If they go open, see, sound too much like it's a good time. You understand that?
Enjoying it too much. I'm with you.
Start shopping now. Pick a piece. Pick a piece. A variety is a spice of life. Am I right or wrong? Ain't that what they say?
Where should she go?
It's out there everywhere in the mall.
Well, if you're going on down to this meeting, I say go to the meeting and then come back and tell him how the meeting was.
Wow. That's what you say do.
Pick a piece though. Pick a piece while you're at the meeting.
I tell you what, though, you better lock your brakes. Lock your brakes first, and then raise hell. Don't raise hell before you lock them brakes.
I can't believe I'm the only one that watch people have sex.
Yes, you are. You are the only one. You and Jay. That's it.
Wow.
Shirley and Carla, y'all ain't never seen nobody else have sex.
The things you learn on this show.
I'm really.
You mean in person seeing another?
Yeah. in
Like you
person,
talking about a movie or in person?
Ain't
Like in a
talking
car or
about it.
something like that, and you just don't
Wait a minute.
stop.
Shirley, you want to speak up right now? You
I
wanna
do
tell
not.
us something?
No.
You don't want to say nothing?
My, look at the time. All right, guys. Email us or Instagram us your thoughts on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM, or you can check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. What was that?
I just said pick a piece. I'm sorry.
Coming up at 46 after the hour, ignorant. Trending political news, President Trump's racially charged tweets, whoa, targets Democratic Congresswomen. Women, I heard about this one. Wow. All right, that's coming up right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, President Trump is at it again. He tweeted that 4 minority liberal congresswomen who have been critical of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi should go back and help fix the totally broken and crime-infested places from which they came. Wow. Prompting other Democrats, including Speaker Pelosi, to rally to their defense. Trump's remarks come as there are some disagreements between Pelosi and the 4 freshman women of color, Democratic Representative Ayanna Pressley of Massachusetts, Rashida Tlaib of Michigan, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and Ilhan Omar of Minnesota. Just so we're clear, Pressley was born in Cincinnati. Tlaib was born in Detroit, and Ocasio-Cortez was born in New York, about 20 miles from where Trump was born, okay? So how is he telling them to go back, where they came from? Get out of here. Omar was born in Somalia. She was. Her family fled the country amid civil war when she was a child, and she became a U.S. citizen as a teenager, okay? Mr. Trump? Congresswoman Cortez tweeted, Mr. President, the country I come from and the country we all swear to is the United States.
Wow.
The end, period. Okay?
I just don't.
Thank you very much.
It's so racist. It's
Man,
what we
it
said
was.
back
That
in
was
the day.
just-
It was just.
Yeah.
It was blatant.
Yeah.
Blatant.
Go
Yeah,
back
blatant.
and help fix the totally broken and crime-infested places from which they came.
Like
That's
from
along
here.
that "Make America Great Again." That's
Absolutely.
along that.
Absolutely.
The white again.
Yeah,
That's what that
that's
is.
what
along
Pelosi
that.
And all he's
Yeah.
done is made America hate again. That's
Yes.
all
I
he's
mean,
Yes,
Yeah.
Jay, I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, that's
Yep.
exactly
Yep.
right.
how?
True colors. Everybody's showing their
How he
true
don't
colors
see
now.
this? Like he don't even care.
No, he tweeted that.
Yeah.
on Sunday.
That's public record.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
public record.
He's paying, because he tweeted it, and he's playing to his base because there's an election next year. So
I know y'all don't expect him to change, though, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
We'll talk about it.
Surely you don't
You're
see a
a
good
mean
spirit.
man,
You don't see a
Mr.
good
Trump.
spirit coming sometime soon. You
I'm
don't
just
see
saying.
that, do you?
But you know what is surprising though? I guess the depths of the racism,
But
the hatred.
The other part of does he not know everything he tweets is public record?
He knows it.
He had
People who sit by and let it
Come on
happen.
now.
Yeah, y'all.
Yeah. You're right, Tommy. What'd you say,
He
Jay?
He just don't care.
That's crazy.
All right, listen, if you want to comment, go to Steve Harvey FM. Now, coming up at the top of the hour, Greek convention news from both Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated and Phi Beta Sigma. Coming up right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, so this past weekend, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated held they had their invention in New Orleans.
Yeah,
I mean, their convention. Did I say
convention?
invention?
Yeah, you said invention.
You said
Did they
something.
make something?
Invention.
What did
But they
make?
know what you're talking about.
They made some noise. They did a lot of good things down in New Orleans. Yes, they did. Due to Tropical Storm Barry, it did end the convention 2 days earlier. And according to weather.com, the ladies decided to donate all the food that was prepared by Center Plate Caterer to the Second Harvest Food Bank. That is good. That is really good.
Go ahead.
Sigma Theta.
Yeah, that was about 17,000 meals, guys. So we got a shout out to our very own Mississippi Monica. Yes, and her sorority sisters, the Deltas. Congratulations and thank you guys for that.
That's big.
Yeah, that's
real
how you
big.
give back. It really is.
And they were having a good time, but the weather messed up a lot of the plans.
Yeah, it did.
You know,
Yeah.
We're trying to be just a heavy rainfall.
That's what these Greek organizations are about, though. Giving back.
Yeah, they're about
Yeah,
service.
absolutely.
Yeah, service,
Is
man.
that what they're about, Tommy?
Come on, baby.
Is that what they're about, boy?
That's what they buy.
Well, then why don't y'all just go ahead and donate to my foundation so we can help these kids for Christmas? Go ahead, Tommy. Get them together.
We can do
We're
that.
trying to keep kids in school.
Ma'am, I do.
Well, listen to this in other Greek news. This past weekend was the conclave for Phi Beta Sigma. And our very own J. Anthony Brown was in Vegas representing Blue Phi.
10,000 strong. It was 10,000.
Your number that went up now.
It just went up, Jay.
Well, we just got the final tally,
Boy.
and it was 10,000.
That ain't what I heard, Jay.
You said 3,500 when we started the show.
No, Tommy. We were still counting.
I'm not on the record for that, but I heard y'all had the first floor of the MGMs.
It was
sold out.
17,000 people there, man. It was unbelievable.
Take a listen to this 10,000, 17,000 people crowd. Check
What
this
up,
out.
everybody? It's your boy Jay Anthony Brown with the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Blue Phi. You know. All right, we're here with it's a Sigma weekend in Vegas, man. What is the Sigma weekend to you, sir?
It is a collection of the brothers getting together, having a great time, and enjoying the experience.
How many of these have you been to?
This is my fifth one.
You went over when?
2008.
All right. What's the weekend to you, sir?
It's a great weekend to meet new brothers and learn more stuff about Sigma and just have a big time fun.
You went over when?
Spring 2012.
What's your name, sir?
Nigel from New Jersey, man. Chi Sigma chapter, North
Craig
Jersey.
from Jersey, Chi Sigma.
My name is Dr. Clayman Stevenson II. I am a foot surgeon.
You are what?
A foot surgeon, podiatrist.
Really? All right. There's some bad feet up in here. Y'all enjoy yourselves, man. Blue Phi. You know.
Cabina, what's going on? Chi Sigma, Jersey. Charlie Boucher, Chi Sigma, Patterson, New Jersey. Fred K. Harrington, Chi Sigma, New Jersey.
Marcellus Hopkins, Chi Sigma, New Jersey.
George Darby, New Jersey State Director, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Hey, yo, don't grab my mic.
Don't grab my mic, man.
Wow. Nice.
17. Didn't it sound like 20,000 of y'all? Didn't you hear it? Didn't you hear it?
I think everybody that's in Phi Beta Sigma is from New Jersey. That's all.
I had a great time, Fred. It was great fun.
Good for you, man.
Good for you, Jay.
Yeah, Jay.
See if you can top that number, Tommy. See if you can top that number. 40,000 strong, baby.
That's right, Tommy. You're headed to Philly, right?
Yeah. Throwing a summer soiree. The Kappas will be in town, and we're going to see if we can top Jay's number right here. I'm gonna have to give me an audio so I can record and do all this stuff Jay doing.
Do all that.
Yeah, I gotta
Get some
figure it out.
proof, Tommy, huh?
Yeah, I gotta have proof, man. But congratulations to Phi Beta Sigma, brother. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Did y'all make George Wallace a Sigma while y'all was down there?
No, he's a darker blue that we can't be alone with.
Oh, no.
The darker blue.
That's that blue-black.
That's that blue-black. He's a darker blue. We can't do nothing with that.
This show is out of control, crazy.
That's what we do, sir.
I know. Well, listen, coming up in trending hip-hop news, Jermaine Dupri and Cardi B debate about women in hip-hop. And coming up about 20 minutes after the hour, we'll talk about that right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, so Jermaine Dupri was recently asked for his thoughts on some of the women who are killing it in the rap game right now, like Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, and of course Cardi B. But something about the current crop of female rappers isn't clicking for Jermaine. When pressed to pick a favorite, he ranted, "I can't really say. I feel they're all rapping about the same things." Jermaine went on to say, "For me, it's like strippers rapping. I'm getting like, okay, you got a story about you dancing in the club. Talk about other things. Just rap about other things besides that." Well, Cardi B took JD's comments in stride. She said she's made all sorts of songs, but the sexually charged music is what sells. That's what the people want to hear. That's what they respond to, her fans. Her problem isn't just with out-of-touch critics who don't get it. She says that the bloggers don't support some of the dope women out there who rap about different subject matter. And I'm sure she's telling the truth about that.
All right, clap back there.
Sound like Jermaine is mad about the one that got away more than he is about Cardi B. That's what that's about.
Talking about Janet.
No, she's not a rapper.
I mean, just,
No,
you
that's
know.
the one that got away.
That's the
what
one.
he's
That's the
talking
one that got away, though.
Relationship-wise.
Yeah.
And he sounded a little old with that.
Yeah, he does.
It doesn't even matter.
With that,
but
Jermaine.
I with Cardi B. Hey, we rap about everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't put us in one category.
But she has to give the people what the people want. You know. Okay, we'll have more of this ignorant show coming up right after this at 33 after the hour.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
R. Kelly was arrested by federal agents and taken into custody over a 13-count indictment that includes enticement of a minor and obstruction of justice. Now, in addition to the child pornography charges, federal prosecutors in Brooklyn, New York, also unveiled a separate indictment charging Kelly with 1 count of racketeering and 4 counts of violating the Mann Act, which prohibits transporting people across state lines for the purpose of prostitution. R. Kelly is in big trouble. He's
never getting out of jail.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
and he should be in. If he did it, he should be in there.
He's in trouble. He's been able to skirt around it for all these years, but now it looks like they have
I think
him.
he did his last concert. I think he's done.
Yeah.
He's done. Yeah.
Now, also according to TMZ, R. Kelly's girlfriends Joycelyn Savage and Azriel Clary were booted out of the Trump International Hotel in Tower, Chicago, and the residence has been taken over by the federal officials. Also, according to TMZ, the parents of Joycelyn Savage feared that the ladies have a suicide pact. Oh boy, this is crazy now. This is too much right here. Savage family are very concerned that the two women have a plan to kill themselves if it looks like R. Kelly is not coming back. Azriel Clary's family don't believe the ladies have a suicide pact. But I mean, just for us to be talking about this this has gone too far now, ladies.
It's
Seriously,
way too far.
yeah, this is too much.
I hope they get some help. They need some counseling.
Yeah.
They sure do. It's very serious.
Yeah, they definitely.
We got a pact?
We're going to move on from there. In trending sports news, Serena Williams lost at Wimbledon. Simona Halep from Romania beat Serena, and Serena is still the GOAT in our book.
Oh,
okay, we don't care. We do not care. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Tennis great Billie Jean King said that perhaps Serena should focus solely on tennis and stop behaving like a celebrity and fighting for equality. This is crazy right here.
Oh,
Serena
did you
clapped
hear her
back.
response?
Yes, I did. Serena clapped back, and take a listen to this. I heard
There have been a
this.
few comments made in the last couple of weeks from people like Billie Jean King that maybe you should stop being a celebrity for a year and stop fighting for equality and just focus on the tennis. How do you respond to that?
Well, the day I stop fighting for equality and for people like that look like you and me, will be the day I'm in my grave.
My girl.
And Billie Jean King fought for equality. What is she talking about?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why Billie Jean King said that.
Why
Yeah, that
is,
makes no sense.
But why is there so much hate when it comes to Serena?
She's black.
I mean, really.
She's black.
Yeah, it's just too much.
Not only that she's black, but she's black and she's great.
Yeah.
That's the
she's
problem.
a goat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, our last break of the day. And Jay's What Have You Learned Today? That's at 49 after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, here we are, last break of the day. It's been a good Monday. It's been a
It was
fun
a real
Monday.
good day.
Yeah.
Really good day.
Yeah. All right,
In
Jay.
the words of Ice Cube, today's a good day.
Take it away, Jay.
Good day.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys for listening to our show. Each and every day, we like to go around the room and find out what did you learn, classmates and students. Shirley Strawberry, what did you learn today from the show?
All right,
Steve Harvey Show?
I think I learned not to be a hypocrite. All right. You know, because of Billie Jean King, what she said about Serena, you know, maybe she should focus on tennis and stop behaving like a celebrity and fighting for equality. Well, Billie Jean, don't you remember back in the day you were a crusader for social justice, women's equality, especially
Equal
in
pay
sports.
and equal
Yeah,
pay.
equal pay, all of that.
Didn't she play the guy?
Yeah, she played the
guy
with the sex
and
change.
won.
Yes, yes, battle of the sexes, all of that. So that's what I learned today, Jay. Do not be a hypocrite like Miss Billie Jean King. Thank you.
Billie
All
Jean
right,
King
now.
is a hypocrite. Colin Farrell, what did you learn today?
Something that I already knew, but I learned it again today, that the president
Straight stupid, huh?
sending out these racially charged tweets out to Democratic congresswomen.
Yeah.
I'm just I don't know. I just can't take this anymore. Political news, it just upsets me that he is our president and he keeps tweeting unpresidential like things and doing. He's supposed to be a leader. So that's what I learned, but something we all knew. So I guess everybody throwing their arms up. What else is new?
But yeah, I'm with you though, Carla. We learn something new about this guy every
Right.
day, but it's
Every
the
day.
same thing
Same thing.
all over again. You know, it's like
Yes.
Groundhog Day with him.
Yes.
It's like the other guy
Where's
said.
Bill
a couple-
Murray?
Yeah, well, you need him, right?
Which was a
The
great
guy-
movie, though.
The guy said a couple of months ago, I'm not saying you're racist. The racists are saying you racist.
Right.
Yeah. It's not us.
Yes.
It's not a... Junior,
you
what you
for that,
learn today, man?
Man, you ain't believe what I learned today. What I learned today was I did not know 17,000 Sigmas could get together in Vegas at one time. I have never heard the number that high, and I'm considering joining. Man, if you get 17,000 Sigmas together, somebody has to make it 17,001. That's what I learned. I didn't know, Jay. I didn't know.
We were close to 20,000 strong. We really were, man.
It's
The
20
numbers
now?
are just- the numbers are still coming in.
Oh.
We had a great time.
They're steady tallying.
They're still tallying.
Remember at the inauguration when President
Yeah.
Trump kept changing the number?
number?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Right.
It's the biggest gathering of Sigmas ever, period. Remember that? Nephew, tell me what you learned today.
Man, I learned doing the strawberry letter that they be having these polyurethane meetings, and you can
You're an
actually
idiot.
go and meet other people that want to have sex with other people. I didn't even know these meetings existed, and you can go down there with your loved one, and you can have meetings and swap out, I guess. And I guess I'm just trying to figure out when the next meeting is and see if we can. I just want to.
Okay, but can we help you out and tell you please don't go down there because you are married now?
Well, I'm not going to go down there
He's
with
just
her.
going to a meeting. He's
I'm just
not
going to the meeting.
Hey, Team Tommy, stay out of this. The man is married. You're
I'm
not.
not going down there with her, and I'm not joining.
No,
nothing.
he's not joining
Okay.
nothing. He's just,
I'm
just
not
a
joining.
meeting.
It's a meeting. I'm just gonna go to the meeting. Like if
That's
I go
all
to
he's
a,
doing.
yeah, I'm just going.
Shut
I'm
up,
not finna
Jay.
join. If I go to a nudist colony meeting, I'm not finna join it. You know, I might sit there naked in the meeting, so I won't be. You know, I got to look like this.
Make them uncomfortable.
I don't want to make them.
You don't want to have no clothes on.
No, why would I do that if I'm gonna go to a nudist
When
colony?
in Rome.
Yeah, let it roam when you're in Rome. So I would sit there at the naked meeting and take notes.
Right.
You know,
Jay,
be it by you, have a
And
polo.
I have to piggyback on what Tommy is saying because I have been to a naked meeting, and the most dangerous thing you can do when you're at a naked meeting is you have to keep your eye on the person who's holding a cigarette because they can be very, very,
they smoke
very
in there?
damn. Yes, they smoke, but you gotta watch where they put them ashes, man.
And at a nudist colony, you know, most of it is outside, so you gotta spray a lot of off on too.
Oh,
God.
Lot of off.
You don't want to.
Yeah, I was about to ask Tommy, how do you deal with the mosquitoes?
Well, you put the all on, like I've actually gone pink before. It had calamine lotion all over me, just pink. This shit was pink.
Jay.
That's a nice.
What I learned. Okay.
Jay, Jay,
Here's what I
listen.
learned today.
Before you do it, Jay, I just want to say I'd like to change my answer, please, and I do reserve that right. I learned today again that Tommy is stupid for real. Okay.
I put that pink all on me. I ain't worried about the shit.
I put that salmon pink on, boy, and I gone on in there.
All right, Jay, what did you learn?
All right, here's what I learned today.
Tommy.
As much as you may not know about all these organizations, all these Greek organizations for the females and males, what they're really about is helping people in service.
That's true.
The Zetas, the Deltas, all of them. They're all about service, and it's great to be a part of an organization like that. And that's what I learned today, how much they give and help. Even with the Deltas, when it didn't go when it didn't go right, they gave the food away.
Down
and
in
that's
New
a good
Orleans,
thing.
yeah.
And that's basically what
That's
we
how you do it.
That's what we all do.
That's
Big
wonderful.
ups to all Greek organizations.
Every last one of them.
All right, well, there you have it, and another show down. We love you guys. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. We love you. Bye.
Hey, son.
Tommy, you're stupid.
I feel like getting naked now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Beat you to it, already naked.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.